Hello and welcome to the 84th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, as always, joined by our co-host Jordan and our sometimes co-host Alex. That's him. That's him.
That's me.
Yeah, I can't believe Alex actually made it. It's been
He made it this time.
5-6 weeks.
It's been quite a while.
It's been a good handful. So
hang on. Alex looks different today. You look
I don't know what
strange.
you're talking about.
Did you get a haircut or something?
Actually, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you do look a little different. Yeah.
So this is our new sometimes co-host because we had to hire a new clown to replace Alex. No, this is a one-off guest. I assume one-off. You're never invited back.
Fuck.
This is Nelson. He went to school with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Unfortunately, he had to deal with us.
Yeah.
He was our classmate, and now he's our friend.
And now he's just Chris's sexual lover.
Oh, shit.
No, Jordan, that's your job.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That escalated.
So Nelson showed up at my house, and I said that I was going to teach him how to drive stick shift, but then it ended up pouring. So it's a terrible day to learn because you got to, kind of switch around. It's a whole thing. And then, we were getting all wet, and I was like, I don't want to. We got to do this on a better day. Because still, even if it's still a shitty day to learn anything.
So that's the story Chris is telling, but the truth is, Chris's Fiesta's been, it's a lie. It's not really a manual, so when they sat down, he was like, fuck, how do I do this?
So put it in first. First is labeled as D for some reason.
It's D+.
And then you never have to shift.
It's a very easy manual. You take your foot off the clutch. There's no clutch. That's the parking brake. Take your foot off.
It's like an automatic manual. I mean, it's a manual. But it's also because you got to shift it down into drive.
Yeah. And sometimes you shift it sideways, and then there's a plus and minus.
Yeah, sometimes.
But
that was the plan. I was going to teach Nelson how to drive stick shift. But we can't do it right because it's raining. And Jordan and I had other stuff going on too. So my dad he sneezed twice and it didn't sound like a good one. So other than that, Jordan, I was going to jump into topics and what we were doing, but you got to do your other part of the intro.
yeah, and I'm happy because Nelson gets to see firsthand my intro glory without a script. There's no script.
There's our notes, but there's no script on what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So, as always, you can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, and of course, my app of choice, Pocket Casts. There's also the RSS feed linked below. Import it into your favorite fucking media consumption app. Listen to us there. And find us. Social medias, Instagram, TikTok, there's shorts. One of them got banned. We won't talk about that. The last one wouldn't upload. We also won't talk about that. And contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me, or on Instagram or TikTok. Send us nudes. Don't send us nudes.
Oh.
Only if you're over 18.
I want to see a valid driver's license in that photo.
Yeah, send us your social security number first, and then we'll verify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't check your credit score.
Definitely don't.
400 is the max? Okay, yeah. So
Chris?
Nelson,
Yo.
who are you?
I'm just a guy.
This is just a guy. He was in school with us. He went to shop with us. It was a good time. What do you do now?
Currently, I work in a machine shop, but that sucks.
Why?
I just hate it.
Oh. Yeah. And before that, you worked at a fucking farm store.
Yeah, that also sucked a lot.
Oh. Have you had any jobs that you liked? Ever?
Towards the end of Price Right, it was better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's when I was a supervisor. I got to do whatever I wanted, basically.
Oh, that's fair. All right.
And you're I know Nelson's secretly a little upset with me because I convinced him to get a Z Flip 3 and then it immediately broke.
Yeah.
That's 2 months, yeah.
That's basically immediately.
Yeah.
And then it was $600 to get fixed.
Yeah, because
So fuck that.
the Z Flip is not something you want if you do manual labor or are around anything remotely sharp.
Yeah.
Because didn't that happen to you? It was like a metal shaving or something?
Yeah, this little tiny metal shaving made its way into my pocket. And
Jesus.
it didn't even happen while I was at work. It happened while I was at home.
Nice. This is
That's
why
tough.
when I worked in a factory, I was like, oh man, that Z Flip, that brand new Flip device, when this was the Flip, the original, not even the 5G version, I was like, that looks cool. Can't get that. It's going to fucking self-destruct in this place. Then I got a desk job, and I was like, yeah, Foldy phone.
I loved it when I had it.
Yeah, it's fucking great when you don't get metal shavings puncturing you. At least it didn't punch with a battery. You're just like, it's getting a little warm. And then it's like a nuclear explosion.
This thing's getting kind of hot. And then insert like Nelson running through his workplace on fire.
It's like a panoramic
I mean, that
shot.
place is basically on fire as it is anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Every machine pours out smoke. when they open it.
Glowing review from Nelson.
That's good.
Jordan,
Yeah.
what have you been doing? What have you been up to?
What have I been doing? Well, Chris, I've been busy.
Have you?
I have been a bit busy, just with general life stuff. But in my downtime, you know what I've been doing? I've been playing games. I've been a gamer.
You're a gamist?
I'm a gameologist. Actually, I probably shouldn't say it's copywritten. There's a YouTube channel called Gameology. But anyway, we're copywritten. That's it. DMCA, we're being taken down. It's over. Podcast is canceled.
Sorry.
Yeah, bad news.
Fucking
Sorry.
Diodato got us again, bro.
Fucking Diodato, of course. The one video that has like 1,500 views, dude. I had 1.5K on that, and it
got like a fucking copyright claim.
Fuck you,
no.
Diodato.
Fucking Diodato and your shitty movie. Asshole. We watched Cannibal Holocaust, and the guy Diodato, who had directed the movie or made the movie, is notorious for like doing copyright strikes or copyright claims on people. So he got DMCA'd, even though we technically did a reaction, and like we only showed like little parts of the movie because there was a lot we couldn't show,
Just
and there was a lot that was so goddamn boring.
Yeah, because it's a shit movie.
It was not a very good movie.
But yeah, I've been a gamer. Chris, as you know,
Yes.
I've played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just a little bit,
Have you?
tiny bit, about 110 hours, just a tiny
That's
bit.
only a couple.
That's less than I have in Lost Ark.
Yeah, see, there you go. Just a tiny bit of Valhalla. So there was the new DLC coming out for it, and I was looking forward to that. But prior to that, I was playing Horizon Forbidden West, which is really fucking good.
Is it?
It is so good. Although on launch day, I was a little bit peeved.
Why? What happened?
Most times, right? Like first party IPs, they're solid. Right?
Usually, yeah.
Usually, I mean, you're developing for one platform. It's a lot easier than developing multi-platform.
You gotta give them a little lenience here because it is new hardware.
True. It is newer hardware. But the PS4 version was also kind of the same from what I saw. So
all right.
So
well,
for that, but
fuck me, I guess.
the release was good. It was okay. But the game just had these weird graphical things going on.
Oh, just like graphical.
Weird like visual glitches, a couple audio glitches, and then it had some other like animation glitches, which was weird. So I was just kind of like, man, this is unusual for a first party IP, such a high budget game. But once you kind of get past that, and they've also fixed it in the recent weeks, the game is so fucking fun, dude. It's so fucking fun. It's the first RPG probably that I've played since maybe The Witcher 3 that I'm like, this world feels alive. And, well, I guess Red Dead 2, but it's not an RPG, but for RPGs straight up, I was like, this world feels alive because there's just little touches. You'll do a side quest, you'll meet this random fucking bitch, and then you go to the next main story quest, and she's just there. And she's like, hey, I remember you. You saved me. And everything's just so perfectly weaved in this story that it all just connects so well and just flows. And I'm like, wow, this is just peak game. It's so good that I actually stopped playing Dawn of Ragnarok because I was like, oh, this is bad compared to that, and I'd rather play the fun game first. So.
That's fair.
So Dawn of Ragnarok's put on the back burner. So I highly recommend Horizon though. First and second one. The second one's a lot stronger.
The first one's on PC, so I might play it.
Yeah, you should. It's a big game.
Wasn't there like a slew of issues with the PC version?
On launch, there was a ton of issues, but they've been fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have it on PC. It was disastrous.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean the last first party PlayStation title I played was God of War on PC. I mean, God of War PC ran pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they injected some of that into there.
Well, I think they learned from Horizon how to launch the first party game because Horizon's launch was bad. Like so bad to the point I was running the game. Again, as I've said numerous times, with a 2070 Super when the game calls for like a 1060. I was running it low settings, 37% scaling on resolution.
Oh, no.
And
oh, no.
I would be at 60 frames, it would be okay. I would look in one direction,
It's
like,
like you're
I'm
running
doing
on
pretty
fucking
good.
PS2.
I would turn to the other direction. A bird would come on screen and it'd be like 4 frames. And the bird's gone.
The bird would show up and your graphics card would shoot sparks out.
Pretty much. So, yeah, they fixed it, though, and it ran pretty good.
Yeah, I might play it, but then if I want to play both, right, because I need the PS5 if I want to play Forbidden West.
You don't play it on PS4, technically, but you
I don't
sell
have my
yours.
PS4 anymore, so...
Yeah.
Oh no.
My PS4 has changed hands several times from what I've heard.
Yes.
So I got it used from GameStop. I had it and I used it. I played like Red Dead 2. I played like God of War, and I think a couple other things, and Spider-Man, and I left it in my drawer. And then I sold it to a coworker, who spent a lot of time cleaning it because I never cleaned it. So it's probably got all kinds of
Chris's
schmoo in
fucking
there.
comrades were in there.
Maybe. So he cleaned it all out, and then got rid of it for another, and got a different PlayStation 4. Who I think the person he gave it to also got rid of it. I don't remember though.
My favorite part about that PlayStation 4 was that when you sold it
Oh,
to
it was-
the coworker, I played with him that night, and
And it barely fucking worked.
he was just I just remember just distinctly we're playing Call of Duty Vanguard, and I just hear him go like, man, the PS4 sounds very loud.
Oh no.
Are you there? What the fuck happened? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Then he texts us.
no.
PS4 overheated.
See, if I cared more, I would have cleaned it out. And I probably wouldn't have any complaints of it being loud.
Yeah. Do you know who he sold the PS4 to?
No.
After you?
No, I
Lexi's
don't.
dad.
Really?
Yeah, I played middleman in that.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and it's working fine from what I hear.
Oh, you still
with him.
got it?
So after the Giraffe Man, so the Giraffe Man is who you sold it to.
Yeah.
After that, he did a deep clean, and I would venture to guess he probably used a hazmat suit, as any
He's gonna-
self-respecting man
He's gonna
would.
charge. You should charge labor for that, man. Because that was tough.
Should reach out to Sony and be like, man,
Listen, guys,
like
I'm gonna need a couple of bucks. Jesus, dude.
Why? Why?
I don't know what happened. I just flung a bottle cap. But yeah, no, you should play Horizon, and you have a PS5, right? You told me
Yeah.
the other day when we were talking.
Yeah.
You should totally play Horizon. So, it is a good time. The second one's way stronger than the first two.
Oh,
so.
speaking
Okay.
of pieces of hardware you can't obtain, I got an update on my Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. I am also now pushed to Q3.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten an update on mine yet.
What did yours say?
Last time I checked, it just said after the launch date available Q2. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
mine
haven't
said
checked it
mine said
since.
after Q2,
And then they
and
finally
then
updated it.
said Q. Now it says Q3. So when's that? Like September?
September's the
Something
end
like
of
that,
Q3. Yeah.
Oh, September's the end of Q3.
Yeah.
So
it'll
like
probably be
in the
Q4.
summer. So I'll probably get one. I'll probably get one before 2023.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably not.
Didn't you say that there's people selling them for like some absurd amount of money?
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, yo, how much would my version of the Steam Deck that I'm trying to get cost on eBay? And I was like, oh, they have people who are selling reservations for $1,200. And I was like, damn.
What?
Jeez, I
And then
paid
I-
$5.
And then I
Yeah.
then I looked into it and I was like, okay, those are reservations. Does anybody have them in hand? Oh, $4,000.
What the fuck?
Okay, no.
You gotta really want a Steam Deck to spend $4,000 on one.
Yeah, they actually just released the Windows drivers finally for the Steam Deck, which is pretty cool.
See, I'm kind of glad that I'm getting one like months out because
All the shit will be worked out.
all
Yeah.
these kinks will be worked out by the time I get one.
Yeah, especially with such a new piece of hardware. Like, we haven't really seen a proper handheld gaming PC, quote unquote, in the mainstream market. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of kinks. There's already been a lot of kinks that have been worked out. They had thumbstick drift. They've had display
course they
issues.
did.
They've had speaker issues. They've had trackpad issues, trigger issues, button issues. Like, everything you can think of has gone wrong. But it's been, like, really quickly fixed and resolved. So
they're on top of this thing.
like the
mean, I
thumbstick
hope.
drift.
It's
I
Valve.
remember when the thumbstick drift happened. It was the 2 days after the Steam Deck came out because they launched on a Friday and then they shipped on a Monday. That Monday, people were like, "Yeah, I got him." And then that night, I'm just like scrolling Reddit and I just see thumbstick. I'm like, "Oh my god, no fucking way! Every Steam Deck is breaking. Like, what's going on?" I start reading articles. They're like, "Yep, they're using the same thumbstick that's found in the Nintendo Switch, the same carbon internals or whatever," and that's what was causing thumbstick drift on the Switch, is that the internals break down. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck's going on? And then Valve just puts up like a post that's like, oops, sorry, software fits, bam, done.
And just
over.
fixed it.
They were like,
That's awesome.
They were like, yeah, we kind of fucked up. We meant to push this patch. It's good. And then everyone's just fits themselves.
That's awesome.
So, because luckily in Valve's case, with this Nintendo Switch, it's simply just a shitty design. It's the thumbstick they're using and the size that they're using, the footprint. It's just a mechanical issue. On Valve's case, they got lucky. It was just a software issue. So, that night, I was like, oh, shit. And then, like, 2 hours later, I just saw, like, all these posts, like, it's working. So,
It's working.
Yay!
yep. And people have already been docking them. And the performance is pretty fucking good. I saw someone playing
yeah?
Civ 5 at 4K at 30 frames.
No shit.
I was
bad, yeah.
surprised.
4K.
Yeah, I was surprised. And then, in general, like, God of War, so one of my favorite comparisons, and obviously optimization plays a huge factor, right, was God of War, you can run it at the PS4 settings, which you probably remember from PC, how there's the PS4 option.
There's like
and
original or something.
Yeah, and then there's a bump up or whatever.
Yeah.
You can play it at the PS4 settings, at the Switch, the Steam Deck's native resolution, at like 40 frames per second, better than the PS4 could. So it's practically a pocket PS4 instead of
Nice.
a pocket.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's cool.
that is pretty sick. Yeah, that I wish I could. Wish I had one in hand. I kind of wanted to cry, but it's okay.
Only some amount of time away.
Some amount of time away. It's fine.
Indeterminate.
I got plenty of other games to play at the moment, so the Steam Deck would just be a distraction from Horizon, and then Valhalla's DLC, and then I'm sure Nelson's excited for this one. Maybe Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
You know, I'm not holding anything out for that.
No, you're not holding
No,
any hope after Borderlands 3.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Borderlands 3 was good, but I don't know. I think it's because I burnt myself out on 2.
Yeah. So a fun fact for the audience that we obviously didn't mention before is I'm a pretty big Borderlands fan. I don't think Chris really cares about it, and Nelson was a huge Borderlands fan when we were in high school.
I still love it.
Yeah, we used to talk about that shit all the time in high school. So I'm pretty excited though for Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I don't know how exciting it's gonna be.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. I think they're doing something different, which is exciting. I guess. I just hope they don't totally shit can the story.
Is it the like Mario Party ass one?
No, it's the D&D.
It's based off D&D, so
Okay.
it kind of looks like Mario Party. I could see where you might have seen like screenshots, and it kind of looks like it because it does switch to like top down perspective, and it looks like a Mario Party like path following whatever the fuck you call it. But it's primarily just like a standard Borderlands game, but it's just in this weird like D&D mental world fuckery.
That's bizarre. But okay.
It's really creative for what it is, and I'm excited to give it a shot. But I do have to say, I just don't want them to venture too far away from the story, because I understand that like Borderlands 1 had a pretty good story, Borderlands 2 had an exceptional story, and 3 was okay. But I don't want this one to just be like most other games of that genre, where it's just like, we're just going to do dumb shit to do dumb shit. And that's probably what it's going to be.
Perhaps.
Probably, considering it's not taking place in like the mainline story.
Yeah. So that's what I'm excited for. Chris, you excited for any games? Probably not.
No.
Shit.
I'm not. I'm not excited for anything, to be honest. It's just been last couple of weeks. It's just been like just average.
Yeah. What about the Dave and Doosters?
We did go to Dave and Doosters.
Went to Dave and Doosters. I saw the Batman. They went to Dave and Doosters. I caught them at Dave and Doosters, and then we doosted it up.
Yeah. So last weekend,
last weekend. Yeah.
We bunch of people met up. We all went to Dave and Buster's.
It's Dave and Doosters. Get
Dave
it right,
and
you
Doosters.
fucking vermin, you vile creature, you fucking heathen.
Where's this coming
get the
from?
Busters out of here. I'll fucking bust in you, bro.
Oh shit.
Hey yo.
You want to know the best part about this podcast, by the way? I've been getting some stories through the grapevine from Letsy that her dad's like, man, I've never heard Jordan swear so much, 'cause I've never sworn in front of him.
Damn.
And I have
tough.
to see him after this podcast.
How fun.
So.
Yeah. So we went to Dave and Doosters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking bitch.
Wait.
Yeah.
Dave and Doosters this time sucked.
It fucking blew.
Yeah.
That was the
much.
worst experience.
I had a good time. Don't get me wrong. I still had a very good time.
Yeah.
But one, there was 5,000 people there.
Right.
And probably, honestly, I say this without exaggeration, probably a third of the machines were broken.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually been to an arcade where I literally was there for 2 hours and was like, can we leave? Like, I would like to leave.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that experience besides that weekend. I was like, man, I'm just kind of like bored as fuck.
And Nelson broke one of the machines. So.
I think I broke 2.
I was saying,
Broke
didn't you guys break 2
machines. That was the. Didn't you
It was
break?
the pirate wheel and the super monkey ball.
So there was this pirate like wheel spin thing, and I played it and I won something. And then Nelson goes to play it. He grabs the wheel with both hands and he goes to spin it, and the machine he shook the machine in the process, and it stopped working. After
Nelson, have you not learned anything from this podcast? You grabbed it with both hands. Where's the nut hand? You gotta save room
wheel
for the
hand and nut hand, man.
Fucking brokey. And Super Monkey
And
Ball.
Super Monkey Ball, you were just because isn't there the bonus stage where you have to go really fast?
Yeah, you have to.
And he was just going
I
ham.
think after watching and doing it a couple times, I think it's not going as fast as you can. I think it's literally going a moderate speed, and you just need to hit every boost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
I
you
think
were going
I was
ham.
always missing one of them.
There's like a little ball. There's a little ball that you control the monkey ball with, and he was spinning the shit out of this ball. It was spinning to get this monkey up to like Mach 7. So then the machine stopped working after that. So
It just stopped taking credits.
yeah. So all in all,
Yeah.
subpar experience, I think.
Yeah, last time we went to Dave Doosters, the speedball, or whatever, the skee ball rather, that was broken and I was disappointed. At least this time that was up, but like, dude, Chris is not lying when he says like a third of the machines
There was a
were broken.
machine that there's this big ass claw machine. This like it's a claw machine, but it's got the big claws on it. Someone was working on that machine when we first got there, and I saw that it worked after he was done. I did a lap and it was broken again. So clearly he didn't do a good enough job.
Guy's like, let me see. Put this wire here. Hey, it's working. Watts away. Oh, there's a fire.
Granted, I don't know what he was doing exactly. He just had one of those Milwaukee like ratchets, like the electric ones where it has the right angle. He's got one of those, and he was just like this. So I assumed he was working on it.
He's just frozen. He's like, help. He's in what the fuck do you call it when you get like electrocuted and you're frozen? He's frozen on the line. He's just sitting there. You're like, it smells like hair burning. What the hell is that?
Here.
Burning flesh.
Dude, just slowly starting to twitch. You're like, what the fuck is going on
What's
with
up
that
with
guy?
this guy? What's up with this guy?
Oh,
And then it didn't work. So
Yeah.
you know,
How was the food? Because you guys ate there, right? I didn't eat when you guys were there.
it was okay.
It's all right.
It wasn't incredible, but no one goes to Dave and Buster's for food.
Nelson, how was the alcohol?
It was moderate.
Moderate.
The Long Island iced tea was poorly mixed. It
Bullshit.
Was, yeah.
And it was probably like $85.
It was like $10-15 or something like that.
Jesus.
Oh, and does that come in like a martini glass type of fucking thing?
No, it's like a
a-
normal
like bottle, or like a big glass.
it's like a yay big glass.
$15. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it would come in like one of those fucking.
I mean,
like,
granted,
martini
I
glasses.
could have mixed it myself.
But you
that's
paid
not-
for the service,
Right, that's the thing. You don't
I
buy
mean-
a mixed drink just to mix it yourself. It should be pre-mixed.
Yeah, especially when you first get it, it should be pretty well mixed.
Or like-
I understand as you drink it,
It settles,
It
yeah.
settles, but
Or it's like saying, well, I bought a bottle of Mountain Dew, but all they gave me was water and this syrup.
Yeah, right.
no,
right.
they gave it to you in the same bottle. It's just all the syrup
It's
settled.
separated. And then it's like oil.
Yeah, pretty much. But that was good. What about the other thing? You had another thing, didn't you?
I had a rum and coke and I had an Angry Orchard Ale,
Yeah.
which I mean it's kind of hard.
Was
to
that
mess
equally
those up.
expensive?
They were slightly less expensive.
Oh, okay.
They were like $8 a piece.
I had, I think, 3 IBC root beers.
Yeah.
I also, with my meal, after my meal, I ordered what's called the Big Daddy chocolate cake. It proved to be too big of a daddy for me. I ate a cheeseburger, And then I had this fucking chocolate cake, and it was so much cake. It was so much. It was like this piece. And it was like this fucking big.
So
And it had ice cream and shit in it.
Jesus.
Oh man, it was so much food.
You're like, I could feel my arteries sealing shut.
Like it's like I was eating this, and then I got up, and I just like felt it start reacting in my stomach. I'm like, this is
I
not.
think Alex was saying he was gonna vomit all night.
No,
He
what's-
also had a slice of this cake.
Yeah, what's so funny to me is like every 15 minutes, Alex would just be like, "Yeah, I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying." I was like, "Man, this guy is just stewing. He's just cooking in there."
This has been the closest Alex has come to death
Big Daddy.
from Big Daddy's chocolate cake.
So we have Alex's funeral. Like, yeah, man, that's my boy Alex. He just couldn't take the Big Daddy. I just can't do it, bro.
He just couldn't take Big
couldn't
Daddy,
do
and
it.
he died.
Guess he didn't play enough Bioshock. Taking the Big Daddy. You know. Yeah. Remember
The fuck
big,
out.
the little sisters and the Big Daddies? That game was fucked. Overall, Dave and Doosters, give it a rating. Come on, Chris. I know your brain's not
Give it a
functioning at full
rating?
capacity. Yeah.
Fucking 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. What about you, Nelson?
I was gonna say 6, but yeah.
Sits. Yeah,
I was stuck between 4 and 6, so I decided to say 5.
makes sense. It's usually how that goes.
But I didn't have the pre whatever you guys did last time, so that was my first.
Oh,
Dave
the
and Doosters.
exposure.
Oh, that was your first
Yeah.
Doostening?
Yeah.
So,
Doostening.
compared to the other trips to Dave and Doosters I've done, that was a subpar one.
I see.
Yeah, subpar. Dave and Doosters is also just not a good time in general. it's usually not that great, but this was like subpar.
See, the best part is if you go and there's not a ton of people there, it's a lot more fun because you're not constantly trying to get around people.
Yeah.
And you can kind of crowd a machine and no one's going to be like, yo, give me a fucking turn on the machine.
I will say the most
Fucking Oliver Twist kids that tried to get the
Oh my
claw
God.
machine from me.
Yeah. There's this machine. There's a claw machine where you would get a duck.
it's play till you win.
It's play till you win. So you scan your card and then you like
That's it.
play
You
this
gotta win.
dumbass claw machine until you win a duck, a little rubber duck. And I played it, and it took me like fucking 10 attempts.
And me and Letzi played it. It took like fucking 6-7 attempts too.
And then Nelson played it, and there were just children crowding around him because they wanted to play.
The kid who looked at you and went, "Please, sir, we're children. Let us go." And you just looked at him. You're like,
I
"It's play
do
till you
not
win."
care.
I do not care at all.
I simply do not care.
I have paid to play this. I am just gonna play.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get this damn duck, whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
Yeah. My favorite part of the whole experience, though, I would give it like a 5 out of 10. My favorite part of the whole experience was the drunk guy with his daughter who was trying to have me explain to him how axe throwing works. That game. He was just like,
Really?
he was like, "Yeah, so do I scan that one or scan that one?" And I'm like, "Are you both playing?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You scan both." He's like, "Okay." And then he scanned it and it turned red. And then he started playing. I was like, "It didn't scan." I'm like, "Okay, I'm leaving." And I just left. But the whole time he was like, just like squinty eyed, like fucking slurring his words, talking to me.
I think they removed the thing on the axe throwing game. The wait for the target to clear.
Oh
wait
my
for
God,
the target
yeah.
to clear.
They did. You're
They
right. Or it
removed that.
broke or something. Yeah. Last time we played, literally every time it would clear the targets, wait for the target to clear.
And it says it
Wait
like
for the target to
18
clear.
times.
Oh no. I can see why they would disable it.
You hit the target with your 3 little axes, and it goes, wait for the target to clear. 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 and then maybe it stops.
Yeah. Every single round. Dude.
So it was a subpar Doostening, to be honest.
Probably my least favorite Doostening in
It was
enough time.
definitely my least favorite Doost I've ever Doosted.
The next time someone proposes a Doost, we need to think of other options, like other arcades.
Well, I was saying, because there's one of our friends that suggested there's a barcade, but
where to?
not all of us are 21.
Yeah,
do
you
we
and
till,
I are
like
the
the end
youngest.
of July or something.
Yeah,
That's what me and Chris will be. 21. So
9 plus 10.
21.
How?
Take the 9, you carry the 10, you move the 1, you do a little flippity dippity, and you get 21.
Oh, understandable.
Understandable. Have a good day. But Chris, what have you been up to? We didn't really get anything specific. It sounds like you.
How
Didn't do
about those
much.
gas prices?
Yeah,
Fucking no.
Gas is going fucking insane
it's the
lately.
highest it's like ever been, dude.
And it's cheap around here compared to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
I think it's like
God.
$4.39 a gallon or some shit.
Yeah,
For 87, because I don't buy premium.
I saw it in Europe. I forget where it was in Europe, but it was $10 a gallon.
I saw in Norway it was almost 13.
It might have been Norway. Actually, I think it was Norway.
It was almost
like
13.
a week ago, and it was 10. So now it's 13 in Norway.
13.
Yeah.
Jesus.
13
Christ.
arm money?
And-
Our
in
money, yeah,
money,
13
Fucking
US
shit.
dollars.
And theirs, it's more. But
And in like California already, it's like $7.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, and it's only going up around here, so you got that to look forward to.
yeah, I'm not
Man.
So
happy about it.
that marks the end of an era, I think.
Oh yeah.
The end of the era
gas.
of driving like a menace.
Now you're gonna baby bitch your car the whole way.
Because that's the thing, is like I would drive like a fucking menace, an animal, since I started driving.
Well, it's always been like $2-3.
Yeah, because gas has been between $2 and $3 for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So, it didn't matter. And now, it do matter. Cost me like almost $40 to fill my tank the other day.
It does take $40 to fill my tank.
I
And I had to do that once a week.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
what I do now is like, I paid this money for a car with a turbo, and I aim to use that turbo as little as possible. Because more turbo is more air, and more air is more fuel, and more fuel is more money. So I just can't drive like a menace anymore. Like, I'll go like 70 on the highway now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just because, like, you can't afford that. I can't afford to be a menace anymore.
Chris hits 75 and he's like, I'm losing money, baby. You
Oh
just
my God.
You just see your bank account draining.
We're at 29.5 MPG. I can't do
Watch
this
the bank account drain on your watch.
while I'm driving. I do this.
Well, yeah, you have bad eyesight, so you're like...
Yeah.
You remember when they were like, hey, sit too close to the TV and your head will explode? Remember that?
They told me my eyesight would get shittier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey,
Look at what it did.
8 or 9 short years later, it eventually did stop getting worse. My vision doesn't get much worse anymore, so
That's good.
there is
clap it.
definitely a lot of room for it to get worse, but that's not happening, so that's good. So it's, and you can't drive like a fucking menace anymore. It's upsetting. That being said, I have an announcement.
Okay.
I know I'm not selling the Fiesta. That's not my announcement.
I didn't think so. I had hoped not.
I'm just adding another child to my fleet.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Today, I became the proud owner of a 2008 Toyota Prius.
No, no.
And for our boss,
Friend,
fuck
no.
Because our boss said you weren't going to do it, and I said you were, so fuck you.
I became the proud owner of a 2008 Toyota Prius
How
today.
much?
I paid $62.50 for it.
Exactly what I told you he paid for it, so fuck it. I shouldn't say that. He's nice to me. He
See-
keeps me employed.
He had it listed
employs
for
you.
But seriously, though, I literally just told him that. He was like, you'll never find a Prius for $6,000. I was like,
Guess what I did, bitch?
found one for $6,200, so suck
$6,200.
my rectum.
Yeah, I checked it over today so here's how my day went, and this is why I'm not exactly firing on all 8 today, like I said earlier.
It's all the drugs.
Yeah, I've taken like an entire bottle of prescription Vicodin this morning.
He's
Probably,
like, oh, V. I saw V. I thought it was Vicodin. It's Viagra.
That probably
explains it.
kill you instantly.
As soon as you even attempt it.
So I don't know what this motion is.
Turbo.
I woke up at like 7.
Which is early for Chris.
Which is very early for me. I woke up at like 7, and then I left the house at like 8:50. Because I called the guy yesterday. I said, "Hey, is that Prius still available? Okay, when can you show it to me? Tomorrow." He said 9:30. Great. Leave the house. I get there at like 9:25. I'm like, okay, I'm early. The door's locked. I'm like, okay, I'm early. Whatever. I hang out. And I'm like, man, this guy's kind of taking a while. Like 9:35 or 9:40, car comes up. Turns around. He's looking at us. It's me and my dad. And I get out and I go, hey, are you, I'll make up a name. Bob? That wasn't his name, but you get the idea.
His name is Robert.
I say, hey, are you Bob? And he goes, yeah. And I goes, I called yesterday about this. And he goes, okay. And then we looked at it. And first off, it was kind of like, it was like stone dead. Like because it's got the hybrid system. Mm-hmm. And I think it also has a 12-volt battery. And wasn't starting. So that's beside the point. They're going to deal with that before I take delivery. So we get this thing started and it's running. And I'm just looking everything over because the interior is kind of rough. Mm-hmm. Like the exterior is fine, but the interior is like.
Oh wait, you said?
Yeah, like the carpet's kind of all shitty and like the seat has a burn hole in it.
No.
So I'll probably have to get like seat covers or something, but. I don't care because it's still...
not as bad as my dumbass who tried to do a conversion, took seats out of a used car, and then found cigarette burns after.
Nice. So that's the thing. Cigarette burn in the driver's seat. Weight reduction. That's more MPG, baby.
Wait, it's like 0.0.
It's 0.00001%
of an MPG.
Yeah. So,
but so I got this thing and it's running, and then all of a sudden it just stalls. What the fuck is happening here? Because getting this thing running was like a challenge. Because to start this thing, you have to like enter the Konami code. So you have to foot on the brake. You have to push the power button. Nothing happens, or is it like lights come on? And then you have to tap the gas pedal.
What the fuck?
And it turns on the engine. So we get this thing running, and it's just running, and I'm looking things over, I'm checking the codes, and I'm looking, and it's like, the thing just stalls. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And like, I put my foot on the gas again, and it starts back up. Like, okay.
Now, did it sound like it stalled, or did it sound like it just shut off?
Well, I wasn't paying attention because the engine is so quiet on this thing.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
So I couldn't hear. So I'm doing this, and I'm just like, the car keeps starting, and then it keeps stalling. Like, what the fuck is happening? This thing's a piece of shit.
It's probably switching to...
Then, that's what my dad said. He's switching to the hybrid battery, but it's not that type of hybrid.
Oh, it's not.
You can't run just electric.
Okay.
So, what was happening is I didn't think this existed in 2008. It has an early form of that start-stop system.
Yeah, when you stop at a light and it shuts off.
So,
I fucking hate that.
Oh, it confused the shit out of me.
No.
So I'm driving, or I'm like, oh, let's see if I can just get this thing moving. And the gear lever's like this little fucking thing.
Now, is it a manual?
No,
okay.
No,
it's just got like a weird fucking gear lever.
Yeah, because it's not attached to anything.
Yeah.
So it's for drive. You have to, because it sits in the center here, and then you push a button to put it in park. So you put it over, and that's neutral, and that's drive, and then it snaps back to where it was.
Yeah.
So,
what the fuck?
I had this thing driving, like, I'm just to see if I can get this thing going, and I'm moving, and then I come to a stop,
and it shuts off.
And I'm still confused, and I'm still not entirely sure what's happening. And I go, oh. And I go, so my dad's in the seat trying to figure out what's going on, too. And I go, okay, I understand. And I explain it to him. I say, come to a stop. See, kills the engine. Engine back on, I can just go. It's a start-stop thing.
I hate those systems,
to stay fuel.
Fucking annoying.
I think I can bypass it. I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, you should definitely look. I hate those systems with a passion, dude. I hate those systems.
So, that confused me. And then, I drove it around, and it was like, the engine was just being weird. And I'm like, what's that? That's fucking odd. It's just like, it sounds like it's trying to run away. Because when I would get on it, it was just like, it would hold the same tone. You know how like when you drive, it's like,
yeah.
It would hold the same tone. I was like, that's fucking odd. And then I was on my way back Because I was like, I still like it. It's fine. I don't think that's an issue. I just think the engine is like a tiny little shitty engine. And I was like, I'm driving back and I go, oh, it's a fucking CVT.
It was okay. That's what I was thinking.
There's a CVT,
so it's just doesn't have anything.
It's holding it in the power band, so that's why it's not changing RPM. It's just holding it where it needs to be and adjusting the ratio.
Yeah.
It's a CVT, and it does the CVT properly. It doesn't fake shift like a lot of other CVTs.
It's just it knows what
do.
it is and does what it does.
Exactly, and it's there for gas mileage, and you know, so that confused me. It's a confusing vehicle.
Oh yeah, it's not something you're used to, you know.
Because I've never owned a hybrid before.
You said 2008.
Yeah.
And it still has. That's
How many miles?
160,000.
That's a Toyota.
Yeah, it's a Toyota.
should be
so
okay.
it'll last like another 100,000.
Or
Without
more.
doing the oil.
Yeah, honestly. So, 160,000 miles. The battery, like the hybrid battery, the big one, the expensive one, brand new.
Oh.
Once again, in your face, boss man, please don't fire me. Because they were like, oh, well, you'll never make your money back because you got to buy the battery when you buy the car.
My battery's less than a year old.
Fuck my... See, we shouldn't be talking this shit because if this goes anything like the Fiesta, it's just going to start self-destructing the day you own it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No.
I'm going to... Well, I have a lot more confidence in this because it's a Toyota.
Yeah.
It's not a Ford, yeah.
So, you know, if it was an additional Ford or a Chevy, then I would be like, okay, yeah, this thing's going to blow up. It's just what they do. It's part of their character.
Nuclear. The radio's going to start making noise, doing things.
See, and that's the thing. I want it. Okay, I get back. I'm talking to the guy, and I said, "All right, listen, what's the best you could do?" And I offered him because it was listed for 65. I said, "Can you do 55? The interior sucks. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to fix that." And he's like, "No, it's my best number is 65. I already came down from 75." And I'm just like, we go back and forth, and I'm beating him down. And he said, best I could do is 62.50. I said, I don't know. I was thinking about just walking, but he explained the whole process. He goes, well, you can't take it today. It's got to go through my shop again because, you know, it already went in, but it hasn't been, like, properly gone through yet, and I'll fix anything that's, like, bad. And I was like, okay. All right, that's $250 more than I want to spend, but I feel like I'm getting a value here because he's just going to ensure that it passes inspection, everything's up to snuff before I take it. So I'm like, all right, whatever, man. I'll just, here. And I checked. This wasn't listed in the ad. I checked. It has the premium audio system, meaning it has an auxiliary input,
Nice.
Meaning the $250 that I spent additional is $250 that I don't have to spend putting a new radio in there.
Yeah, minus the fact of pulling the old one out and putting the new
Oh,
one
yeah,
in.
because I looked at a video of how to replace it, and you have to rip the entire dash apart.
That's how Let's See car. I've been wanting to put a custom radio,
And if you want all the steering wheel controls to work, you need like an in-between box, and you have to program it. It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah, steering wheel controls are amazing, but they suck.
They suck to do aftermarket.
Yeah. On Let's See's car, I was looking to do a radio. You have to take her shifter off.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
remove her shifter. You have to drop her dashboard on its face to do it. I was like, this.
You kind of have to do that on the Prius,
absurd.
but the shift knob isn't, like I said, it's not connected to anything.
Yeah.
It's just a switch. So you just have to unscrew the thing.
Yeah.
And the whole thing just comes off. But it's gonna be a learning process because I gotta learn how to drive again because this is a strange vehicle. So there's, you got this little dingus on the dash. You go drive, it snaps back, good. But then there's also B. There's B, and my dad had the manual out, and he was looking at it, and I got this. I was like, okay, I got drive, I understand that. I got reverse, I understand that too. I got neutral, I get the idea, and I got park. But what's B? What is B? What is
Battery.
the B? What is B mode? What is that?
Battery.
And it is to enable regenerative braking. So I could charge my battery back up. So, all in all, I think it's a fine car. It is certainly an car.
It is a vehicle,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's about all I want. And car, 50 mpg.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. I don't need it to be fancy. And I still have the Fiesta. So if I want to drive something that's like actually feels like I'm driving, I'll do that.
Yeah. Nice.
It confused the shit out of me. It was like one of the weirdest driving experiences I've had. I was like, what the fuck? This does not operate like anything I've ever used before. So, it's a strange vehicle.
Nice.
They should give you a class before you buy one.
Before you buy a Prius.
They're like, listen, this thing's fucking strange. You just gotta like figure it out.
It's gonna take like a 2-hour class, introductory class.
You gotta
for the
take
Prius.
you gotta take Toyota Prius 101, and if you want to go like a little more, you get to like regenerative braking and like the battery system and all that, and the menu in the infotainment system. That's a higher level class. That's like a master's class.
Gotta get
honestly.
30 credits before you can buy the car.
You gotta get at least 120, 130 credits in Toyota Prius theory to buy one. It's a short program and it doesn't cost a lot. It's only like $130,000 for 4 years.
Not to mention you have to sign your will away. You have to
Gotta
sign
sign
your
your
entire
soul.
all of your your soul.
And
all your belongings.
if you fail, you actually get made into a Prius.
Oh, no.
They turn your bones into a Prius.
Yeah.
So, I am now the proud owner of a 2008 Prius,
Oh god.
and it's red. It's a red Prius.
Oh no, it's
Nice.
red on top of it.
I like it. I can already tell that I'm gonna like this car.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I made a purchase of my own, not nearly as big, but I did make a purchase. And I don't think I've told you about it.
Did you
Nelson,
also
'cause it
buy a
was-
Prius?
I bought a matching red Prius.
We got matching red Priuses.
That would actually be hysterical.
That would be funny if you're like, that's crazy. I also bought a Prius. I also bought a Toyota, a 2008 Toyota Prius.
In red.
That's red. I think I saw you this morning too.
But I bought a new monitor. Desk monitor, obviously desktop
Yeah.
monitor. So, my old monitor.
I thought you were gonna keep it in your fucking pocket. I thought you were gonna keep it in your pocket.
Yeah, it's a foldable monitor.
It's foldable.
So, I had a 27-inch main 1440p 144 hertz monitor that I was using, and I was like, this is nice display. I like it. Flat panel, no big deal. I also had a shitty 1080p 27-inch monitor as well.
That's kind
Two
of the
different
setup
brands.
I got.
So 2 different brands. One monitor was much taller than the other, so I had a wooden base that I made, or my dad made for me rather, that made it the same height. So it was all lined up, and I was like, I like this, but I would like the desk space back. I'd like to get rid of this second monitor. So I've always wanted, and I think I've said it on the podcast, an Odyssey G9. I didn't buy an Odyssey G9. That's a $1,500 monitor. Did not buy that.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
think I have the G5, I want to say.
So the G5 to the G9 is more different than you think. The G5 is like a standard monitor. The G9 is a 49-inch curved
Yeah, I know.
monitor.
It's the one of this
That
ultra
goofy
wide.
ass-
Yeah,
one.
it's the ultra wide. Yeah, I want one of those someday. That's my end goal, or whatever. By then is the the same as that but modern. But I ended up going with my budget was about $300 to $400, no more.
Yeah,
I wanted a
decent monitor.
32-inch monitor.
Oh shit.
I wanted curved, and I wanted no less than 120 hertz. So I was like, this is a hard ass.
Yeah, it's a hard ass.
So, my original goal, I like Samsung stuff. Let me look at Samsung stuff. Cool, they have one. Oh, it's out of stock. Okay. What's the next best one? Okay. 1080p, curved, 144 hertz, I want to say. I was like, let me think about it. Because I was like, I don't know if I want to go to 1080p because I'm getting a bigger screen and I'm downsizing the resolution. So it's going to look like shit probably. And I'm
Yeah.
like, so I was like, let me think about this.
Yep.
Oh, it's $600. Not thinking about it. Oh, I found one that's 1440p. Oh, okay, it's $800. Okay, what about this 4K one? Oh, it's $1,200. So then I did what any man who's lost all hope would do. Google.com, baby. Right? I did the boomer thing. I typed in Google.com.
Yeah.
Right? It pulled up a browser, this thing called Google. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And I typed in best 1440p 32-inch curved high refresh rate monitor. And in one search, there was a list of 10. And I'm like, okay. Oh, the Odyssey G9's on there. It's bigger than 32 inches. It's listed as most expensive, most feature-packed, whatever. Going through the list. Oh, here's the 32-inch section. Okay, cool. I found a fucking bargain.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember now. I keep confusing it if it's Acer or Asus. I want to say it's...
Sus?
I want to say it's Asus. Because Acer is what I had. Yeah, I had the Acer Predator monitor. And Alex doesn't like it. His is defective. But so it's an Asus monitor. 32-inch. Curved, 165 hertz, 1 millisecond VRB refresh rate, so it's kind of fake, but response time, not refresh rate. So it's kind of fake, but it's whatever. And not that this matters to me because I have a 2070, AMD FreeSync, $350.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's
at all.
pretty
Fucking
good.
Killer deal. This monitor's fucking huge,
See?
dude. It's so beautiful.
So there is some relation to my purchase. We both got good deals.
Yeah.
We bought the right thing at the right time.
Yes, sir.
Because I know if I waited another,
6 months.
If I waited another
A week
month.
or two.
Yeah, if I waited another 2 weeks or a month, that car would have been $8,000.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to spend $8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, the price of gas cars is probably going to go down, and the price of electrics is probably going to go up.
Yeah, so if you are looking, you can still get Priuses.
Pre-I?
You can still get them for like $6,000 or $7,000.
Yeah.
I found one for $5,000, and I was gonna look at, but it looked like fucking garbage. The interior, I don't know if
You
it was.
probably didn't have a new battery either.
I don't know if it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one that drew me to this one. The interior had like seat covers, but they were like sheepskin. Oh, and they were like, you know how it's supposed to be white? They were like turning brown.
Oh, no. They'd been there for a while.
Oh, they had been there for a while. So I'm like, I don't want to look at this one. But yeah, good deals that we both got. $350 bargain ass monitor.
Yeah.
$6,000 bargain ass Prius.
Yeah, dude.
What about you, Nelson? Have you gotten any killer deals lately?
Yesterday I paid $4.19 for gas.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fucking bargain, dude. This
Yeah.
man's got it right
Last
here.
time I paid for gas, I went. Okay, so if you go a couple of towns up, I want to be vague here. Gas is usually cheaper because there's a big box store, like a bulk store, that's always a lot cheaper because you need the membership, like a Costco kind of deal, where you need a membership to go and you fucking to get the gas. So they want to compete with that. So I went up there, I'm looking around, I'm shopping around, and I go, okay. So the best deal I'm going to get is I'm a member at this specific gas station. So I get 10 cents off a gallon. So I pay $4.15. It was $4.25. But they forgot to fucking change it. So it was $4. I saved 25 cents a gallon.
Oh, shit.
Hell
that is
yeah.
amazing.
And I drove by last night and they still have not changed it. So, if you're looking for gas,
Use those
figure out what I was talking about.
track
I'll
our
tell
location.
you schmucks when we're not on the air, but
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. The monitor, though, this thing's fucking beautiful.
Sounds like it.
I don't know what kind of panel it has. And it's not OLED. I don't think it's LED. I think it's like an IPS panel, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look. But it's nice. It's a nice looking monitor. And I think 32 inches is like the safe zone for multitasking. I think I can get away with just the one monitor. So should be good. So Nelson saved money on gas, so that's good. but this guy definitely won the bargain hunting
Yes.
lottery.
save
there.
money on
It's
gas.
great because it's literally like I pass it on my way to work. It's great.
There you go.
Yeah, luckily for me, I work about like 4 or 5 minutes away. So from my house.
I
so.
work 40 minutes away.
Yeah, I work 5 minutes away, and I can also work from home. So.
See, I used to work like, 25 minutes away, and now it's like 15 or less. So.
Yeah, and you can technically do
Yeah.
a good amount of highway driving, decent if you really want to.
Yeah.
But who the fuck cares? You have the Prius, baby.
I get the Prius, and in
Can't wait till Chris's car turns into a fireball when those batteries explode. He just parks. He said, "Hey
It's
guys."
a new battery. It's a new battery, but
It's
it
a
may
new-
be a knockoff.
It's a new battery, and what they have actually is, you know those like things at the arcade? Like they had one at Dave and Doosters, but of course it didn't work. The thing where you gotta pop the balloons.
Yeah.
It's got
yes.
that, but it's a big metal spike that goes. Every time you hit a bump, it gets closer and closer to the battery, and then one day it starts touching the battery, and a big hydraulic press comes down, pushes it right into the battery.
Yeah.
And you blow up and die.
Now, Chris, I'll be honest. You paid $6,200 for a Prius. Why didn't you just go up a little bit on your budget and spend $40,000 on a Tesla?
See, that's a good question, Jordan.
It just sounds like you're just like bad. You're just not good with money.
It's because Teslas fucking suck dick. They're just not good vehicles.
Chris is gonna get canceled by the Tesla culture.
I hate to say it. Because, all right.
Aren't they worse in colder weather too?
Yeah, the range goes down. Listen, I think people get the idea that I don't like electric vehicles because of how much I shit talk Teslas.
As if
There's
they're-
other
yeah,
vehicles.
as
There's
if
other
they're the only ones.
EVs.
Yeah, I just don't like Teslas. It's like I got a good analogy yesterday because on our boss's recommendation, I watched a review of a much better electric vehicle, the Lucid Air. And in the video, the host described it as, I'll paraphrase, he said something to the effect of, the Lucid Air looks like it was designed to look like the future of sedans. And the Tesla Model S looked like it was designed by a 12-year-old sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's just goofy. It's a goofy car. So I like electric vehicles. I think they're stupid in the way of like good stupid, and how like acceleration and like how fast they are. So you're telling me I can put my foot on this pedal, it will make no noise, and I'll be going 65 in 2 seconds? Okay.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
You don't like the Tesla or whatever pump your own engine noise out of the car?
Oh yeah, you gotta put like white noise out the car. And listen, I'm gonna sound like an old man when I say this. Not everything has to be in the fucking screen. Stop putting so much screen in this car.
Oh yeah, Teslas are like 90%.
Well, my biggest issue with the
screen.
Model S Plaid is the fact that you have capacitive buttons for everything on the wheel, like the horn. It's a yoke. And you're shifting is done on the screen.
Yeah.
What
Swiping
the?
up and down.
That's
Yeah, you gotta
that's
go
a
in the
recipe for
infotainment
disaster.
thing. You gotta put the infotainment thing. You gotta put it in drive from the infotainment. You gotta use a touch screen.
And
I want a physical.
I want a kotom.
and the one thing too,
I want an old school. I want a column shifter. I want to be like an old Chevy.
nothing makes me happier than column shifters, dude. I miss that from my Explorer.
I agree.
The one feature that's cool about the Tesla that I'm like, I still wouldn't even trust it. I wouldn't have enough trust is that it remembers how you parked, so it will shift for you. So if you pulled in going in forward, it'll put it in reverse.
Yeah,
You
but
just have to hit the gas.
how
I do not
accurate is
trust
that?
that.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
do
that.
not trust that.
I don't trust that.
On paper, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. But
Yeah.
then you look backwards and hit the gas and you fucking fly forward.
What I want to see more of, and I don't think this is the case with Tesla, is EVs designed by like car guys and engineers. Elon, I think, is just a sci-fi guy. He's like a weird nerd. So that's how he designs cars. And the yoke, the steering wheel. This is the thing I hate the most. I would forgive that entire lineup of cars if you did not put a yoke in one of them.
Yeah.
Because, let's just put in a steering wheel that doesn't work like a steering wheel.
And it's not a steering wheel.
It's like a serious fucking safety hazard.
I don't know how that's even like legal.
That's what I'm saying. Because probably no one was dumb enough to try it yet.
Yeah.
Stupid. They're stupid cars.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Jordan, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think we can save it for the next one.
I think we covered all of our stuff that we've been doing what we've been. So Jordan, remind everyone where they can find the podcast on the internet, on places that aren't YouTube.
So, as always, if you want to find the podcast, you can find it natively on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, the RSS Feed, and Pocket Cast. That's my Apple choice. They still haven't given us any money.
They should start giving us money, honestly.
I really don't know why they
Pocket
don't.
Casts, $1,000 a week for me, $1,000 a week for Jordan.
$10 a week for Alex.
$10 a
help
week
the boy
because he
out.
shows up 10% of the time.
10 if that.
Even though $10 is not 10% of 1,000, but whatever.
But Chris also failed high school.
I came very close to failing math one year, so.
True. I do remember those days. And if you wish to contact us, you can do so via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Comments, questions, concerns, and death threats. And as always, Instagram, TikTok, link below. Check out highlights there. Shoot us a follow. Comment. Send us some dit pits.
Only if you're over 18.
There you go. See, he hit us with it. I explicitly asked for dit pits this time.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say, Jordan.
I think we have a problem.
I think you have a problem.
No, I don't know, man. You seem okay with it.
I'm down with
okay?
it, bro. I'm down with it. Just send them over. I'm just saying you're the one who's saying that there's a problem.
Asking.
You're the one asking.
I gotta be the spokesperson, you know.
He doesn't mind if he sees them. You just
She's like, I don't care. You're saying I want these. Send these to me directly.
Chris is like, yeah, man, you can do it. It's fine. I mean,
send it directly. Send it directly, addressed to.
And now they don't know what happened because it's just like
we didn't do anything. It was what happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was no cut in the video. Actually, there was nothing.
I'm gonna purposefully make sure I cut it at a point where I'm like over here, so that way in the next frame I'm like over here.
No, what are you talking? You're not gonna cut anything. There was no cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're leaving. Bye.
Bye.